Well, hello everyone. My name is Charlie Grace and I'm with Forever Best Friend. Today we're going to talk about some winter dog care tips. So let's talk about our first one. The first one is to make sure that we bundle up. If it's cold for us, it's cold for them. So make sure we're protecting our dog, putting a sweater or jacket on them. We want to make sure we're protecting their back and belly. It's really important that we capture in that body heat. The next one that people love to talk about is doggy boots. Dog boots are awesome. We use them for lots of different reasons, but it's really important, especially in the wintertime, preventing them from all sorts of things from dangerous de-icing chemicals to cold pavement and ice. It's something to think about. And if you haven't ever bought dog boots for your dog and you have any questions, please feel free to contact us on our social media pages or email, and we can talk to you about how do we put the boots on and how do we keep them on your dog. So we want to make sure we're avoiding salt. Salt is really important because you never know what kind of de-icing kind of salt it is. You want to always assume that it is the toxic kind and not the non-toxic kind. So as you're walking your dog around, if for some reason you cannot get the boots on them, make sure when you bring them inside that you definitely wash their paws really, really well. And as that snow is melting, we're going to get lots of puddles. And in those puddles can be lots of different things from some of those chemicals that we were talking about for de-icing, as well as antifreeze. So antifreeze is a very big hazard. And for those of you who do not know, it is very toxic to dogs and is also very sweet smelling and tasting to dogs. So we want to make sure we don't let them in those puddles and splash around and get those ideas. Now, if you haven't already started taking care of your dog's paws, now is a really good time to make sure we're really looking at this closely, because the fur in between their paws can actually build up ice and be very painful. You want to make sure you keep your paws trimmed, the fur trimmed very short, and make sure your nails are taken care of. Now, with a lot of snow on the ground, we need to make sure that we understand that dogs lose all those lovely smells that they typically have in the other months because it's covered with a blanket of snow. So if for some reason you let your dog out, they have a tendency of getting lost. You want to make sure you either get a GPS tracker on them or always make sure you keep them on a leash. And because it is also cold, don't forget about frostbite. So a lot of people think dogs don't get frostbite when in reality they can, especially for their extremities like the tips of their ears. It's very, very cold. Watch out for white or bluish skin because that's one of the telltale signs. And then make sure you please take them to a veterinarian for a consult to make sure they're okay. So hypothermia is also another issue. We would talk about, keeping that core temperature, especially for senior dogs and puppies and smaller dogs with short hair. They're more susceptible than others. If you do suspect your dog has hypothermia, please do take him to the veterinarian for some attention. The bottom line is it's winter. Enjoy winter with your dog, but be prepared. Have a coat, have a jacket, have boots. Be observant. Take a look around and see what other people are doing, and also be aware of all those chemicals and things that could really harm your dog or cause some problems. If you have any questions, please feel free to follow us on our social media pages at Forever Best Friend, and go to our website at foreverbestfriend.com for all the latest and greatest on our weekly blogs and tips.